Welcome to Black Hat Windows 2K Security, held February 14th through the 15th, 2001 in Las Vegas, Nevada. The following videotape was recorded live at the conference and produced by the Sound of Knowledge Incorporated.
Well, I guess I'll first start out with a few things before I start this presentation. First of all, this presentation sucks. There's a really good demonstration going on next door at Trust Factory with Lotus Note, so feel free to leave whenever you want. I'm going to start with a little joke. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm so special, but this is a great crowd. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start with a little joke. Before I came here today, there was a lot of legal litigation surrounding this advisory and this demonstration, and I'm risking a lot by being here today. And so that's why it means a lot to me that you guys are here. Two very large corporations wanted to stop this from happening, wanted to silence me, even terminating my job, which cost me my house. I believe in freedom of speech and open disclosure. I believe that open disclosure is the only way to make products better, service offerings better. Without open disclosure, large companies, wouldn't have the determination to fix problems if they weren't addressed or outlined. What I think these companies don't understand is that if open disclosure didn't exist, there still exist black hats. There still exist crackers, malicious hackers, where this information is sold, traded, and used against your clients, against the clients of these vendors. Now, if open disclosure, if everyone who wanted to release an advisory and found a problem was sued, or even threatened of being sued, companies would be releasing products, and products would stay out in the wild with problems, with flaws. And so with this speech, I hope to have the courage and your support in confronting these companies by being here today and speaking. Because these companies considered the bottom line and their revenue and their clients more important than my house, my family, me being able to put food on my table. So I thank you for your support and for being here today. And I ask that, on a lighter note, I've been in other presentations where people would actually pick up their cell phone and talk in the middle of the presentation. I find that a little rude. So if you guys don't mind, please silence your cell phones and mute them. Thank you very much. I really want to. I really want to, but I do face quite possibly a good amount of calls from lawyers after this presentation on my cell phone immediately following it. So I want to try and protect me and my very lovely and supporting wife throughout this whole day. She's been very supportive, and I thank her for that. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's find out what are VPNs. How do they help us? Clean of the marketing propaganda. You know, I want all of you to know here, I'm not pursuing these corporations. This isn't a stab at them, you know. I mean, one company even said that I was doing this against them because my father was fired from that company. No. That company needs to know my dad has enough stock in the company through an acquisition that would help him retire right now, 20 years before he should even do that. So why would I do that? Ask yourself. This is not any kind of vengeance or revenge. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I like to get people like you excited about this. This is security. That's what it's all about. Securing our networks, our customers, our confidential data. That's what it's about. Not quotas or our VPN is over there and this customer would be upset if we found out we didn't do anything about it. Contact me. Don't send your lawyers after me. Don't threaten me and my wife. Ask me for help. I had a patch ready for you. I had a patch that would fix this problem, yet it goes unfixed. To this day, it goes unfixed. So I'll let that, lost my house, in fact, I'm still unemployed, sit on your conscience. Whoever you are, John Doe out there who's in this audience right now, I challenge you and I ask you to go home. Look yourself in the mirror and say, how could I do that? He was doing his job. That's what he was paid to do. So that's my introduction. So we'll go ahead and get started with the show. Oh, by the way, these ties are totally cool. So if any of you guys want some, my godmother knows how to hook you up. We'll hook you up with elite cow tie, trademark of Fate Labs. August of 1995, Ipsec came about. RFC for the Ipsec was released. This would be the building blocks for VPNs to come. This is what virtual private networks use, our Ipsec. Ike, Diffie-Hellman. Great technology. I'm not targeting it right now. Rooster did a very, very good speech on Ipsec, and I hope you guys caught that. But, you know, it's not the crypto. Bruce Schneier, CEO of Counterpay, crypto father, I consider him a godfather of the crypto industry. He said this very thing. It's not the crypto. It's not the triple DES. It's not the Diffie-Hellman. It's not any of it. I'm not targeting that. I'm targeting the implementation. How is that implemented? Every single VPN company out there, very saturated industry right now. Bastardized installations and integrations of Ipsec. Incompatibility with being able to work with other VPN vendors. It's not the technology itself, it's how it's integrated. This right here is a graph, and you'll have to understand I don't have a laser pointer. So as you can see from the graph, this is the cost in billions for integration, for the integration of these VPNs from 1997 to 2001. That's quite a bit of an expenditure on VPN products alone, 1.1 billion compared to these other products. Thank you, sir. You are a good man. I'll give you a free cow tie. I'll hook you up. Okay. I can hack these things, but I can't figure this out. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. $1.1 billion is the cost of integrating these VPN products. Now, if you look at this other graph that I put together, you'll see the costs compared to other traditional RAS costs. How could this not be cool? I mean, here's the cost of integrating VPNs. Phone ISP charges, user support. I'm not going to, you guys can read. I'm not going to explain this to you. But just by looking at that, what manager at any company would say no to that? That is cool. I don't fight that. That's awesome. You know, I mean, $0.6 million compared to $1.8 million for phone charges. What is a VPN? That's the question. What is a VPN? A VPN is this. Taking your company network and expanding it to anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, anywhere, over a triple DES encrypted tunnel, depending on how you configure it. I certainly wouldn't do DES if you're allowed to. It's basically how it is. VPN it lets you share resources under access control lists. How you configure them, it's up to the sysadmin. But that's basically what a VPN is. You know, I'm not going to give you each RFC on it. That's what a VPN is. That's all it is. And with these numbers right there, even I wouldn't deny that. 3 types of VPNs, people. Intranet VPN. The focus of an intranet VPN is basically to expand these 3 departments. Let's say sales and marketing, finance, your IT team, expand that over to a remote site across the internet. Basically, that's all it is. It's you set up access control lists, you set up groups, configurations, you set up your crypto, it's all tunneled. The second VPN, remote access VPNs, this is a really cool setup. Actually, we use this at the last company. It's mobile salespeople at a trade show, sales presentation, they want to access their email in their corporate LAN, Great way to do it. Install your VPN client, come in through a VPN tunnel. There you have it. That's encrypted access to your local LAN from an outside place. There's a problem. VPN nightmare. No one expected it. Here's a screenshot right here of security focus, bug track. I think they're going through site renovation right now. I don't know if it's back up or not. But basically what you have here are list advisories that have been submitted under keyword VPN. This is relatively new technology. This is technology in its infancy, and we've already got these many advisories. I'm not going to put any Fate plugs in there. Yeah, there's Fate advisories up there. This is a screen capture of our VPN advisory. Now, anyone smart can look at that advisory and see a company name. I can't do that. I can't say that up here, though. I'll let you guys read that. Go on BugTrack, do a search for Fate Labs. You'll find our advisories. Down here at the bottom is a cute little paragraph put together by the vendor. And if you can't read that, basically it says, we were unable to reproduce the lab in this advisory. Saying it's false. It's a lie. Can't be done. Made several attempts to communicate with them on it. Called no joy. Never happened. So, let's play. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play. I'm going to do this lab for you today. After a lot of discussions with Jeff Moss, my wife, a lot of supporters here, great people here supporting me in this, and I was told not to do this lab. I don't know what waits me out those doors after today, but I don't care. And for the very reasons that I outlined prior to my speech. Let's do this.
Just one question before that.
Yes?
Are you talking about a certain implementation or something which is overall VPN implementation?
This is a certain implementation of a certain VPN vendor. I definitely don't want any of you going out here thinking that this is another VPN product that is not outlined here. This is only this particular VPN company. As you'll see from this implementation, let me try and describe to you a scenario in which it can be compromised from an attacking standpoint. And do take into consideration, I will explain very thoroughly how to protect against this. So I didn't understand. Why did they not want me to speak today? This could be beneficial to the vendor company. They can come up here and be with me, sitting up here at the stage, explaining this, using this as a marketing opportunity. But they were scared. They were scared. An acquisition meant more to them than me. And utilizing this opportunity. This lab can very easily be demonstrated in a real-world opportunity. Let's make this a little interactive. Let's get some people involved. You, black leather jacket. By looking at this, you've got a VPN right here, your private side over here. I know these are private addresses, but forgive me. Public side over here on the left-hand side. If you're an attacker, and this was a corporate LAN, how would you attack this? What kind of scenario is this? Any idea? What's that? Okay. Basically, this is nothing more than DMZ over here. This is a system on the outside LAN. Very common network setup. We've got a DMZ right here, a private side right here. If this machine right here is compromised, let's say it's a web server. Run Linux, Red Hat, 6.2, whatever.
7. If you want to compromise it, make it 7.
Okay, let's go with the gentleman's suggestion. Let's make it Red Hat 7. Okay. Red Hat 7, I'm a big OpenBSD fan, so I'm using Red Hat for that particular reason. I had an IP alias, very simply. Red Hat gave us this great tool to even do this. You don't even have to know how to use ifconfig. Bring up a GUI, I think it was like netcomp, ifconfig, whatever, You pull the add an IP alias to this card of the private side of that LAN. Guess what happens, people? That VSU you add a route statement saying anything destined for 172.0.0.0, send it out of the IP alias that I created. Very simple form of IP spoofing, really. It changes your source address to that 192 address, or 172 address. That VSU picks it up, thinks it originated from the private side. This is, understand, this is my interpretation of this because the vendor has denied talking to me or explaining this to me. So you have to go by what I'm thinking. No logs are generated on this VPN, nothing. On every single VPN version I tried, every unit, not just one in their series, several VPN units did the same thing. No logs to the administrator, nothing. Picks it up, passes it to the private side, and I can actually create a telnet session with this system from this system. Using the VPN as a bridge. Flaw in bridge code, maybe? Maybe there's some programmers out there that can figure that out. I'm definitely don't claim myself to be a programmer. Yes?
So just to verify, the box in the middle sees a packet on the outside interface with the source address of the inside network and just lets it pass.
Yeah, I had a sniffer running over here, like ethereal, TCP dump. That's basically what I saw were the sessions, your syntax, whatever, the actual sessions coming in with the source address of the IP alias I created by that simple route statement. That simple one route statement, route add-net 172.0.0./16 or whatever you're doing, make it come out of that IP alias. That halted me for a few weeks because it wouldn't work. It only worked on a Windows box, which actually puts that route statement in there by default for you. So if you want to do it with a Windows machine, when you guys get to your office, test it. Do that. Don't try and do it on Linux. It's kind of requires more commands. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah. Basically, it picks that packet up and passes them over, passes my session back right through it. Guess what, people? This is the kicker. Guess what? Full blocking mode. Yep. These VSUs, VPNs, have 3 configurations in them. Guess what? I shouldn't have said that because I can't remember the first 2. But I'll tell you, there's a third that's called full blocking mode. Full blocking mode basically turns it into paperweight. Really, why have a VPN if you've gone full blocking mode? Basically only lets in, I think, ICMP, whatever. I forget the disclaimer when you enable it. But basically it's supposed to drop these packets. Telnet sessions I was able to get through, ping replies. I got everything. Everything I wanted. Nothing in logs. So if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to go ahead and set up the lab and do it now. All right. The moment of truth. My parents told me to wear a bulletproof vest while doing this. They got really freaked out. I kid you not, ask my wife. My mom was like, oh yeah, it's just like the firm. You need to wear something. They're going to shoot you right before you do the lab. So if anyone wants to volunteer and stand in front of me while I set the lab, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Oh, actually, yeah, come on. Okay, you can stay still. Okay. All right. I'm definitely not a sysadmin. I can't figure out how to see on my screen and that at the same time. I don't know if it can be done or not, but I can't figure that out. Oh well, so bear with me here. What you have right here in this screen is ifconfig session. Basically, it's just a list of IPs assigned to this Linux machine. I know this is a Windows 2000 security show. You can insult me later, but very limited resources. I had to borrow my laptops before I was going to use my former employers, and use your imagination on why I can't use them anymore. Okay, right here. ETH0:0. This is basically nothing more than an IP alias that I created for 192.168.0.2. My main interface is 10.002. That is my IPs I've assigned. I've added my route statement, which I'll do right now.
Can you make the fonts larger?
You know what?
I think it's control and the right click.
Anyone know how to do that in X?
No, you can do that pair of shells.
You just go to settings. Pick down the font.
Okay, this sucks. Okay, let me do this. Let me explain this. The actual relevancy of the text and you being able to read it, really, what I'll do is I'll explain it. This is all outlined in the advisory, which you guys can download from fatelabs.com. URL for my research team. Like I said, basically, I'll go ahead and walk this through you for those who can't see. I do apologize. Again, I'm not sysadmin. I don't want to do any of this. So Yeah, that's my IP list. That's my actual NIC IP. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and add the route statement that I told you about, which pissed me off for quite some time because I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working in Linux. So let me show you my route table. Right here, for those who can't see, basically you've got your 10.00 route. You know, you've got your basic routes that's set up once you configure an IP list in Linux. I'm going to add the route statement. Add, so it's route add space dash net 192.168.0.0/16 space the gateway I want to send it out of. That's going to be the alias of the IP that I created. That's going to be 192.168.0.2. Let me verify that for you guys. Yeah. And then we hit, and that sucked. Let's see what happened. No such device. 0061. Oh. Let's try this again.
Oh, actually, sorry. On Linux, you need to do GW before the...
Oh, you're right. You're right. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right. Let's go ahead and print out our route table. This is the working route table for the lab. And you know what? I knew I would do this in my lab. I didn't show you guys that it doesn't work before adding that statement. Let me go ahead and delete that route. Okay. Route delete. There we go. That always happens during presentations. Does that upset you? I don't know if any of you guys have done that before. Okay, so this is the non-working route table. Let me go ahead and ping the private side of the VSU right here in my chair. Of course, for reasons I can't show it to you guys. Who knows why? All right, so ping 192.168.0.1. That is the private side of the VSU. Oh, okay, thank you. You guys are being so nice to me. I love this. Okay. All right, that should say it. You're right. Okay. Let's give this another chance.
Try a Control-Shift right click on the window.
Is that right, guys? Network unreachable. That should be the right error. Okay, cool. All right. That didn't work, as you can see. Now we're going to go ahead and add the route statement. Route, add. Typo? Okay. Route, add, net, 192.168.0.0/16 GW 192.168.0.2. Perfect. Let's check out our route table. Ladies and gentlemen, ping 192.168.0.1, the moment of truth. By hitting enter, I get in a lot of trouble. And we have ICMP responses. Thank you. Ooh, I was thinking last night you guys won't clap at that part. Okay, cool. So there we have it. I do apologize. I was going to have a laptop on the private side of the hub to actually establish a telnet session, but someone ran off with my laptop. So I'll leave it at that. And so all I could do is ping the private side of the VSU. Yes, ma'am.
I'm old and can't see that far.
Okay.
Now, the private side of Linux box that you added the route statement to,
Correct.
I would have to know the private IP address in order to, do the route.
That's very true. That's very true. I'm sorry, yes. Her question was, she'd have to know the private IP of the VSU. All right. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. That is actually addressed in our advisory, which I told the lawyer would not talk about. It's outlined in a problem with SNMP, with the VPN, with the. Okay.
It's in the advisory.
It's in the advisory. Thank you.
If you're running a Windows-based server, the IP stack is the same across both interfaces. So however many NICs you have, it shares a single IP stack. So if you can simply enumerate that stack, you have all of them.
In order for me to do that, I mean, and like I said, I really can't see that, so it's like that. I'm seeing three components here. Okay? The client machine is where I'm just really focused on the run set. Okay? I have the VSU VPN, and I have the target machine and the target network. Okay? Now, if there's one interface on my Linux box, there's nothing to done with that stack that does anything about the target network.
If this immediate situation, there's no way to release that or find out what the other side.
You would definitely. Okay, let's give this a shot. This is one of the things that was outlined in several of the meetings with my former employer and the vendor. This is the thing. This definitely is not some. Ooh, that's definitely not good. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm just a hacker. Okay, this stuff is up to you guys. Okay. Here's the thing. This definitely is not an advisory for the script kiddie community. That is why I definitely was really surprised about the reaction from the vendor and my former employer. This is a hard thing to do. Come on. I mean, okay, even doing the SNMP assaults that's outlined in our advisory, it took us like a week to even find a good one. Like, we use, I think, UCD SNMP. SNMP walked the VSU. There's another problem in the outlining on the VSU in question. There's a problem, which I think is safe to go and announce here. They use default community string of public in all installations. You guys are pretty technical. I'm sure you guys can figure out what to do from there. SNMP walk the VSU, grab the IPs, figure out what's going on. What are the IP aliases? You can also get with a problem in that SNMP. There was an issue where it was sent in clear text. I'll stop there. Go ahead. White shirt.
The other issue, if you have a private network, so you'd have to be on local, you'd have to be able to route packets locally before meeting.
Oh, right, exactly. Yeah. Also, you're talking about on the public side, if you're compromising. Yeah, you would want to. And if I answer your question correctly, you would definitely have to have root access. You have to compromise a machine on the public side. Guess what, people? There's another problem. Our advisory was really long. It was really long. These VPNs accepted source-routed packets prior to the patch that they made. Source-routed packets. Now, like I said, again, I go back to what I said earlier. It's a 14-year-old, 12-year-old script kid who just got a modem for Christmas isn't going to figure out how to source route packets across the internet and hope you don't hit a border router. But it is possible, and we were able to successfully source route packets across the internet to the VSU, compromising the private side. This is only because it accepted source-routed packets. Now, in defense of the vendor, they did make a patch. They did make a patch for that. I'm not going to comment about the other part of the advisory, the lab right now, as far as the patch is concerned. Any other questions? All right. Well, I'll go ahead and continue with the presentation and teach you guys how to protect yourselves, which is actually the point of my presentation, believe it or not. Actually, I forgot I had these slides. This is actually how you add an IP alias to a NIC card in Windows, for you Windows users out there. It's actually quite simple. I'm sure you guys know how to do it. I'll run through really quickly. Advanced properties and network control panel. Right-click on it. You'll be able to see properties for that and add an IP alias. Consult your local manual if you don't know how. I'm not going to go through that. This is a route table. Like I said, it added the route statement for us. it added the route statement for us in the route table up there. I blotted out some company confidential IPs in there. So again, yeah, Windows does add the route statement for you. Source routed packets. This is the problem I outlined to you. Basically, in the lab setup that we had done, had a router on this side, router on that side. Cisco supports source routed options to telnet through a device. However, for those Nix peoples, POSIX, BSD, Linux, whatever out there, FreeBSD does have a telnet binary that supports source routed packets. It's a switch that they added to the telnet binary to allow you to source route across the internet. So I'd give that a shot also if you guys have a local VPN to play with. The point of my presentation, right there. Proper VPN defense. It's expensive. The diagram I've outlined, I do not claim to be the be-all god of networking and network administration. This is one of the concepts that Fate Labs had come up with throughout this problem. What you have here is not a problem, again, with the VPN. I need to stress how much, and for those employees out there, those John Does who are representing the vendor in question who's listening right now, I want you to understand that I have no malice towards your company at all. Like I said in the very beginning, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against your product. I think it's a great product. Several times, actually, during my penetration test, your company is actually not the only company I've done a penetration test on. I did a pen test on, and actually it's public information already, so I'll go ahead and announce it, RapidStream. Great VPN appliance. They make their own ASIC processors for their VPNs. Great devices. Wire speed, does a good job. Crypto, everything. There's a problem though. They wanted to offer SSH access, encrypted management access to their RapidStream devices for their customers, so they didn't have to telnet in for remote administration. Everyone think about that for a minute. Think like a hacker. Just think for a minute. What happened there? How could that be a problem? The problem is this. Someone wants to change the RS admin, which is the root account for the VPN. What if they want to change the password? But they've got SSH in there. They would have had to make some kind of password authentication thing that will, coordinate with SSH when they change the password. But they didn't do that. They hard-coded the root account in the SSH binary with a null password. No password. And for those Linux, Unix users out there, I don't know if Secure CRT or any other Windows-based SSH clients allow you to do command line operations, but in Linux and Unix, you can actually append commands to the end of your SSH string, command line, to execute commands after authorization with the device. So SSH, space -L, space rsadmin, space quote, actually IP address of VPN, space quote /bin sh, end quote. What does that do? Creates a remote root shell on the RapidStream device across the internet. Interactive shell with root access on the VPN. Implementation problems, people. Implementation problems. No, I'm not insulting your product, company A, who's out here in the audience. I'm not insulting your product. It's a great product. Implementation issues. This lab, right here. Implementation issues. Fix it. Be on with it. Don't sue me. Leave me alone. RapidStream, they offered me a job. They offered me a job after I found they were so cool. They go, like, yeah, dude, you want to come work for us? We don't have any security people. Can you come help us make our product better? Yeah, that's a common one. No security team in VPN companies. I'll give $5 to every person out there. If I had a penny for every time a VPN company said we have no security team in-house, I would be a rich man if I got a penny for every time that was said to me. I'd be rich, It's sad. These are security crypto devices. Hire some guy, senior out of high school, who knows something about security. I don't know. Do something. Anyway, I won't beat a dead horse. It's not the product I'm attacking. It's the implementation. Right here in this network setup right here, you'll see a firewall on the perimeter in front. I had an idea. Okay, so what if you were to do this? Let's say just theoretically. Set an access control list only accepting port, let's say 500 or whatever is a camp authentication, whatever, only going to that IP address, and another firewall back here that says, don't let anyone in to this private LAN, which is VPN's protecting, unless they've authenticated with that VPN. Simple. Simple. People who know, I don't care what your bias is. I don't care if you go to Campus and get a Netgear hub or Netgear firewall. You know, go to Fry's or something, I don't care. Get a firewall, protect these VPNs. These are not security appliances to me. They are not security appliances. Guess what? People are going to yell at me out there for saying that. But they're not. This isn't a security device to me. You know what it is? It expands your network. It's an expansion device. Yeah, I can do crypto, great. That's cool. It expands your network. Yes, ma'am? Sure.
How do you feel about instead of a firewall protecting VPN use of packet filtering, routing, or a state is that just a security idea?
I'm sorry, you'll have to repeat that again. I'm sorry.
Instead of a firewall protecting the VPN, what about a packet filtering router?
Oh,
Okay?
definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's up to you. This is definitely, we all know how much Cisco firewalls are. Those are expensive. I'd love to buy one and play with it. But they're expensive. You're right. That's a very good point. Anything, really, just buy some kind of, you know what? Here's an idea. Install a Linux box right here and set up IP chains. Deny all access except, you know, whatever it may be to that local LAN. I don't care. Whatever works in your budget.
The change is now called NetFilter.
Pardon?
The 2.4 firewall in Linux is called NetFilter.
NetFilter? Oh, they changed it?
Well, it's a stateful inspection firewall.
Oh, okay, there's another, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely open to suggestions. If you go to the fatelabs.com website, there is a mailing list where you can sign up to join a part of the mailing list. We offer discussions, we help you out, we'll offer free advice. We are not a security consulting company, we do not generate revenue. If you want to come over, ask us questions, participate in discussions, it's a great little forum we've got going. So, one last slide, very important. I think all of you guys will get a kick out of this. This is authored by me. This is my statement, so copyrights do apply. I will sue you if you take it. Okay, everyone's in a hurry to sue somebody. You know, I'll join in on the crowd. In order to gain ease of use, you must sacrifice security. In order to gain more security, you must sacrifice ease of use. Every single company. God, on individual consulting, I've done penetration testing for huge companies, including financial banks, banks that do online banking, where we ourselves go home and check our bank balances. These companies opted ease of use over security. One company disabled the root password because it was too long. Too long. You know, I charge all of you, any sysadmins out there, anyone representing companies, go back to your company, reevaluate how you can spend 15 more minutes doing your job by having to do an extra step in authentication. We've got great security appliances out there. This VPN on this chair right here, that's a good security device. It's a great product. It's a great product, but it's being deployed improperly. It's not being done right. There's no firewalls. There's no access control. There's no IP chain rules. There's no, you know, they're great products. Just spend a little bit more time deploying and administering instead of deploying for ease of use. You're managing, and I've been there and done that. That three-time knock on your door. Why is the network down? Here's a little sysadmin joke for you. I've been there and done that. Sysadmins, for some reason, are only they're never congratulated. You guys upgrade SendMail to the newest version, and it works. And you've got the anti-spam filters and whatever, and you're just walking, I'm a badass, man. I upgrade SendMail. Someone walks up to you in the company, why is the network down? Oh, man, that's the only attention you get, is when something goes down. I know you guys can vouch for that. I can vouch for that. So basically, you know, the point here is don't pick ease of use, please. Please. You make our jobs too easy. Hackers, make it too easy for us. Please make it easier, but, you know, I mean, you know, a few more minutes. a few more minutes in configuring, making stronger passwords. And that's it. And that is the conclusion to my presentation, and I thank all of you for being here. And if any of you want to send an email to me afterwards or anything, it's loki@fatelabs.com. For any supporters out there who want to join with me in case any lawyers pursue me after this presentation, I'm open to support. I'll probably be bringing in the Electronic Frontier Foundation for support, for lawyer support. The company out there in the audience, please, I beg you, I'm asking you, I am not a malicious person. Please leave my wife and I alone. We want to move on. You've already terminated me. I've lost my house. I've lost a lot to you. I'm asking you, please, to leave us alone. There is no vendetta. My wife and I want to move on with our lives. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.